In my past life as a soccer coach, once you won a national championship, everyone wants to come play for you. Really not true. Once you pay them $25,000 a year in scholarships, everybody wants to come play for you. And parents could always come to me and they said, okay, my son or my daughter wants to come play at your university. What is it that we have to do? What are you looking for? And being the Socratic professor that I am, I say, well, what does your son or your daughter do? What do they do really well that we be interested in? And typically their answers are, well, they got great vision, they're really good, that they can see the entire field, or my daughter is a fastest player, there's nobody that can beat her, or my son's got a great left footer, really great in the air, and can hit every ball. I'm like, yeah, not bad, but to be quite honest with you, those are the last things I'm looking for. The most important thing, self-confidence. Without that skill, and I use the word skill intentionally, without that skill, we are useless as a soccer player. Because when you are lose sight or believe in yourself, we are done for. I use the definition of self-confidence to be the ability or the belief to believe in yourself to accomplish any task, no matter the odds, no matter the difficulty, no matter the adversity. The belief that you can accomplish it, self-confidence. Some of you are saying, great, I don't have it, I'm so shy, I'll never do that, blah blah blah. And you start to track all the way down here. But I'm using the word skill because I believe it can be trained. And I'll show you a couple of ways in which we do. Hopefully I won't run out of time. I don't use any slides because my speech always goes here, here, or here. So we'll see which way we get to. The easiest way to build self-confidence, there's no magic button. I can't say, hey, this plane is going down, who can fly, put your hand up. I can't, I'm confident. Repetition, 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 right? What does Malcolm Gladwell call it? The 10,000 hour rule. There's no magic button. I recruited the goal line from Colombia, South America 1 year. Big, tall, 6 feet 3 man. He had hands like stone. I thought he was like Flipper. Every time I threw him the ball down onto the ground, it was like, oh my God, we are in trouble. Simple solution. Get the wall, kick the ball against the wall and catch it. Kick the ball against the wall and catch it. His score was 350 a day for 8 months. He came back. His hands were calloused. The moisture on his hands were literally gone. He is now playing in Europe. Magic? No. Repetition, repetition, repetition. The problem is we expect to be self-confident, but we can't be unless the skill or the task we are doing is not novel, is not new to us. We want to be in the situation when we have so much pressure in that. And what I mean, because pressure builds diamonds, we want to be in a situation where, hey, I've done this 1,000 times. I did my speech and I practiced in front of the mirror. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I'm studying good. And then I went in front of my kids and my wife. I said, oh gosh, I got a little nervous. Then I get in front of Lane Go. Oh my goodness, I have a little more nervous. By the time I get to the ACG, when 25,000 people can say anything, right? 2,500 people. When 2,500 people are there, I won't have a single one of nervousness because of my ability to practice, right? Over and over and over again. The problem with repetition is how many of us fail after the first bit of failure? How many of us fail after the first bit of adversity? Edison was on that video, and it depends who you ask. There's anyway from 1,000 to 10,000 tries to build that light bulb. 1,000 to 10,000. J.K. Rowling should be on that video. Do you know how many publishers she took her Harry Potter book to? I believe the number was 12 or 13. I'm really confident, but after 2 or 3 no's, I'll be like, damn it. After 6 or 7, I'm like, maybe not. Definitely after 9 or 10, I'll be looking for to be a soccer coach or something else besides an author, right? I mean, 10 times somebody say no, but practice, practice, and practice, and do not accept failure. Maybe it shouldn't be repetition. Maybe the answer should be persistence, because we all repeat something, but very few of us really will persist. So that's one way to build self-confidence. Get out there, do what you want to do, and do not accept no. The other one is self-talk. We all have the self-talk tab that plays in our head. Anybody go shopping and put on a pair of pants this week? If you are a woman, the first thing that always comes, damn, I look fat in these pants. And if you are a man, it is the opposite. Oh God, I got no muscle. I'm so floppy, right? We all have this tab that plays in our head. As a student, if they ask me the question, I was like, oh gee, please professor, don't pick me. I don't know the answer. I look down, right? As a student, when let me tell you something, and the VP of business admin is here, I shouldn't repeat this, but when they hire me as an athlete director, I sat in an architect's meeting, and I am as dumb as a post when it comes to anything to do with numbers and angles. And they're like the fundamental value of the architectural. What do you think, Dr. Joseph? Let me look into that for you and get back to you, right? I was saying, oh God, please don't ask me, please don't ask me. We all have this negative self-talk that goes in your head. Guess what? There's enough people that are telling us we can't do it, that we are not good enough. Why do we want to tell ourselves that? We know for a fact that thoughts influence action. We saw it there in Video Sheldon, Dr. Levy episode. We know that our thoughts influence actions. Why do we want to say that negative self-talk to ourselves? We need to get our own self-affirmations. Muhammad Ali, what were his self-affirmation? I am the greatest. Who else is going to tell you? There need to be quiet moments in your bedroom, quiet moments when you are brushing your teeth, that we need to reaffirm. I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. That's my affirmation. I came from a school of 1,000 people. I live in a town of 1,000 people for 15 years. There's no reason that I should be in charge of an athletics department, building marble leaf gardens, but I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. If I don't say it, if I don't believe it, no one else will. How do you build self-confidence? Get away from the people who will tear you down. That's enough of that. Muhammad Ali, I am the greatest. There's no one better than me. There's a difference between hubris and ego and fair pride. It's just reminding yourself in quite silent moment. I put it down on a list. It's right beside my mirror, right? About all the things that make me who I am. Because I make enough mistakes, and the newspapers will recognize it, and the people around me will recognize it, and they will tear me down, and pretty soon I'll begin to believe it. There was a time when my confidence was really low. There was a time when I took this job where I come from Ireland. I don't know if I could do it. I had to bring out my self-confidence later. A letter I wrote to myself when I was feeling good. Ivan, congratulations on getting your PhD before 40. Congratulations on winning a national championship. Good job on raising 3 good kids and marrying the right woman. I wrote the letter to myself. It was my old broadsheet. My old letter about the things I was proud of. Because there are moments, and we all experience them in our career, in our life, in our job hunting, in our relationships, when we are not feeling good about who and what and where we are. And we had to bring out the letter and read it time and time again for a period about 2 weeks to weather me through that storm. It was important.